Yo, yo, it's ODB from OLP. This is issue 166, Mini Truckin Magazine, October 2005. We have a lot to talk about. Shout out to Eli Giffin. I'm going to show you what this truck used to look like. I'm not going to go down a huge bunny trail there because I'm working on another video that will kind of talk about it. But this Cab Plus Mazda was Mike Alexander's 6th credited cover. Of course, if you recall, the last flip through 165 was his first issue as editor. This has a massive 7-page feature plus that includes the centerfold, but there's also a photo on Mike Alexander's Draggin Thru, which is just amazing. 20th cover truck with Colorado Custom wheels. Shout out to Colorado Custom. And the 18th credited cover for Relaxed Atmosphere. 22nd Mazda to be covered on the cover of Mini Truckin Magazine, or to be featured rather. Eli signed this one at Lone Star for me. This is one that I had that would have come around the end of the run with the subscription, and it probably at that time was in a plastic bag. So this was blank, and I thought, hey, why not have Eli sign it? So shout out to Eli. Tom McQueenie, rest in peace. We're going to see his XXX Sled in this issue. An amazing truck. Really, really, really super cool. And then, of course, the poster that they talk about there is basically the centerfold. There were posters in some issues, but, you know, typically from a marketing standpoint, you know, they would say poster, and you'll kind of see the centerfold, what we're talking about. We're going to continue to go through all these issues, so if you can, stick with us to the end. It helps us out on the channel. This month's retro special is headed up with Eli's 92 Mazda B2600. An amazing truck, a lot of history to this truck, more than I can really share in this one video. We see the XXX Sled there, and some other trucks, again, a Yoda, a Nissan, Sonoma S10, you know, tons of good coverage. And then, of course, on 68, Assorted's Showfest. We went all those years in a row, and I tell you what, it was one of the my favorite shows I ever went to. 1 month down, ... So Draggin Thru, we can see the low shot there of Eli's Mazda. Gator Drag 05. A lot of cool stuff here. This, I don't know if it was this particular year, but if you guys recall, rest in peace, Courtney Halliwell, the photo of him with the alligator head, and the photo is kind of like through the alligator head. That was taken by, I think, Brian Frost at SoCal Customs at Gator Drag. And that always, you know, comes to mind when I'm going through these issues. Or I see Gator Drag, rather. You can see here, black and white still on the left. Not a lot of crazy stuff here. Line X, Surface DVD, shout out to Nick. Second Chance by Chad Lucas. Photography, Mike Alexander. This was Jake Bigger's 92 Toyota pickup. Super clean. It's cool to see, if you've been with us since the beginning or near the beginning, the evolution of how the magazine changed, but also how, you know, some of the trucks, the different eras of when certain trucks were popular. This is super cool. Sorry, Tom. Pinups are going to have to do. Classic diner. They put the Mini Truckin logo in the middle. Just a very cool, you know, you didn't see a lot of night shots. This was done by Mike and Chad Lucas. A super cool feature. You know, the diner reminds me of the Pacific S10 that was on the cover that had, rest in peace, Sean Carlson sitting in it. He helped with that shoot, of course. But this is just a super cool truck. And again, for those that do not know, maybe Tom McQueenie's name, this is Tom, who passed away late last year. You can see there the MIC, which I have a set of those thanks to my friend Matt Torgerson. Matt is the man. Thanks, Matt. And they may be going on my Mazda. We will have to see. Speaking of MIC, there's an ad. You got Chad Lucas paper cuts here with the S10 extended cab. Pinstriping with Steve Demon. So Van Demon, Steve Demon. We've had him on the podcast. He, of course, did the Flames on Crew Cut. Flat Out DVD. Shout out to Ronnie and team. He sent me The ones I did not have access to, so I was able to pull some of that content, and I've shared some of it on social media, but that's the issue with Jimmy's Running Customs issue 02 or 2-02, which was kind of the second series, if you will, out of the total of 5 issues. So this truck here, Mike Alexander shoots, and it's truly one of my favorite features, Reincarnation. So it's cool how it starts on a one-page deal like this, which I think is super cool. And again, a little bit different shot, a little bit different perspective. That front 3/4 from the driver or for the passenger side, dreams come true. So you kind of had to tilt the magazine there a little bit, and then boom, check this out. Now, for those that did not know, Eli's truck, and again, I don't want to go into all the details here. Eli's other Mazda here, which I got to see in both versions at Showfest, he rebuilt it. It was featured at Mini Truckin. It came back as, quote, rebuilt. Then he had this fire. And this truck here, as they mentioned in this feature, was Chris Hansen's truck. Now, for those that did not know, I'm looking at my screen here. This was Eli's truck. So this truck that we're looking at in the feature was this truck, the copper version. Got to see this, of course, at Showfest. Many of you got to see it, at Mini Nats and all the different shows. It was featured in October of 2000, so a little after the first full year of street trucks. There's a really cool feature in there, but that is this truck. Truly amazing. I did get to see it in this version as well when he brought it down to Tampa one year. Unfortunately, that was in the era when I didn't have a very big memory card, so I think I only have like one photo, coincidentally, of the dash itself, and just a timeless truck. Of course, it goes on to get redone again, which we will get to. It graces the cover a second time, but really one of the most storied mini trucks out there. If you think about the 3 versions that it had. You can see here, we're going to round it out with the centerfold. Super cool. You've got that left side, the old dash, which became a super popular mod in this era. As I've talked about, it's still a big mod, but or popular mod rather. And then look how clean. I really dig the colors. I love this version. I love the first version, this version, and the third version. They're all sick to me. But shout out to Eli and his brother Justin, good people, and super excited to talk more about this truck in the very, very, very near future. Retro is back, so this was super cool. It was hinted on the cover. If you think about, the Diner and Tom McQueenie's S10 Sonoma and some of these older, which we kind of saw a hint at Flankenstein earlier, just the old school vibe that carried through, of course, with Eli's Mazda, with some of the stuff that they're doing here. If you think about the chop top, this thing was super cool. That S10, I don't know if it ever got done. Talked a little bit about it. Then you think about the interior. Shout out to Rico. There is his S10. Super cool, something a little bit different. You look at the dashes. Again, there's Eli's dash there. The seats and Tom McQueenie's, and then even the dash. Awesome stuff. Just a great era, and I loved little features like this where they would go through, whether it be paint or in this case, just different aesthetics. Super, super cool. Really was a cool issue. This one is. Cruise to Showfest 05, so this would have been a key write-up for them. We can see the KRZ, Kinfolk, IF Customs here, and just pretty cool stuff that all these guys and ladies went across the country. There's still people that I'm learning that were a part of this cruise. I think Joey Whitby went one year. Rest in peace. That looks like Pops right there. Oliver's father. They took group photos along the way. They met up with different people. This stuff is probably a little bit harder for people to do nowadays because of, work and, different responsibilities. This was a different era 20 years ago. But certainly the people that went on this cruise, they often say what just an amazing time they had. There is that same photo, I think. I don't think they've changed it out yet. So if you've been following these, I've been talking about that. Okay, assorted 05. So this is Showfest. This is the year, I always get it mixed up. I think this is the year that Chicks Ride debuted. I always want to say 04, 05, but I think it was technically might have been 04, and then it might have been back here in 05. I get it confused. But you see Chicks Ride here. You've got just a really cool photo with the door all the way open like it still does, which is super cool. You got the Nissan hardbody up there, that thing, the S10 killer. This truck goes on, if it hasn't already, this was on the cover of Street Trucks, and they let the owner, I think, do the write-up. Super long, detailed write-up on it. Very cool truck. Here's Lance's Desert Dragger, which was the magazines, but we all kind of know that was Lance's creation, which is a super cool build. We can see Plain Jane here. There's the S10 Blazer with the Tacoma front end. That that little shop, Eric Saliba and those guys, built over time. There is that Chop Top Sonoma S10, super clean Mazda. And then this was Oliver's truck that would go on to be yellow, grace the cover, win Mini Truck of the Year. He brought that thing out, so super cool. If you didn't experience Showfest, you just missed out because it was amazing. We were a lot younger. We did some wild stuff. You could see Lance there cruising, which was cool. And there is the strip. I think 05 was the last year I went because in 06, my son was, 6 months old, give or take. And I stayed back. So here you go, Spring Fling 05. This was a big show many of us went to. Justin Cross covered this one. We were there this year, and if I remember correctly, I get this confused. Matt will probably chime in. Matt Torgerson's van here that Mike Lewis ended up with. One of the years, I think Travis shot it at Spring Fling for Construction Zone. But there it looks like it's painted, so that this might have been after Mike got it. They did a trade. And but one of the years, I posted old footage on my YouTube channel here, so you could check it out. We cruised to the show, and it's some stuff I totally forgot about. Okay, Making You Sick, Need Some Pepto, Clint McDowell's 2000. Come on. Nissan Frontier. Desert Runner. Pretty cool. Something a little bit different. Different color. Super low. Love the front ends on these things. Stock. Looking clean. If you can leave a comment, even if it's an emoji, thumbs up. Of course, also give us a thumbs up. The longer you watch, the more it helps this channel because the way the algorithms work, that's just the way it goes. So for some of you that watch these all the way through or let them stream, even if you're not listening to what I'm saying, I certainly appreciate it. Rest in peace, Bruce Rivera. There is his niece or his Isuzu that, of course, I have mentioned in the past. Let's take a look at Graffiti. Again, this was something that Lance created, and I'm happy that he did. And this is a cool photo here. You see Ernie, rest in peace, Josh Freman, Steve Wilk, Chad Lucas, and I can't tell. So I know some of the faces. I don't know everyone's name there. But there you go. Pretty crazy to think that we've been through this many issues. This is issue 166, October 2005. Again, Eli's Mazda Cab Plus, not extended cab, Mike. And this is what the truck used to look like, which they say in the feature was Chris Hansen's. October 2000 Street Trucks feature. Really could have been on the cover back then, but still a super cool truck. Eli flips the game with this thing and just builds a timeless Mazda. But he's not finished yet. There's more to come, and we'll get to that. Thank you guys so much for the support, and the ladies as well. Rest in peace, Tom McQueenie. And again, shout out to Relaxed Atmosphere. They're, if you think about how many covers they have had up to this point with Severed, This was, what did I say? I think it was the like 18th credited cover for Relaxed Atmosphere. So just awesome. So NC, ST, and RA holding it down. Stay on the rise, everyone. Those Colorado custom wheels, though. We got you.